We are studying chapter number 2 in Maths 1, which is quadratic equations. We have understood the basics of the quadratic equation in the sense what the general form is, what the roots of quadratic equations are, and we have also studied how we solve quadratic equations. We have looked at the method of factorization. We have also looked at the method of completing the square. We have also looked at the formula method. So remember, we were supposed to study 3 methods of solving quadratic equations in this chapter, in this year, and we have already studied all the 3 methods. Today, we will focus on the roots of the equation. Roots, that is the solution of the equation, and we will understand how they are related to each other, how they are related to the coefficients of the equation, and how they are related to the equation. These are the things we will do. This will be the last theory part for this chapter, for this topic, which is quadratic equation. The way we will do it is, we will take up a question that we have already solved or we can solve by something that we have studied. Then we will look at the content for today, which is nature of roots, how they are the coefficients of the equation, and how we can make the equation if we know the solution. Till now, we have seen that we have an equation and we solve to find the solution, to find the roots. Today, we will also see if we can make the equation from the given roots. And of course, we will solve a lot of questions. Let us begin with the revision. I have included this question because I forgot to send you the solution for this. This is the last question, question number 3 of practice set 2.4. So when I was making the solutions for you in a hurry, I forgot to write the solution for this. So let us do this revision so that we all are on the same page and ready for the session today. Switch to the whiteboard. Should be visible to you now. The equation that we need to solve is x square plus 2 root 3x. I'm saying root 3x, but I'm writing something else. Root 3x plus 3 equals to 0. This is the equation. And essentially, we have to solve it. And there is a flowchart that is given for our help. We know what we need to do. The first step is to see if the equation is in general form. Once we have the equation in the general form, we find the coefficients A, B, and C. Once we have the coefficients, we can find the solution with the formula. This is what is given in the flowchart. Now you see, in this equation, the first term is x square. So we can imagine it to be 1x square. The second term is 2 root 3x. So it is 2 root 3x. And the third term is c. First question to answer, is it in general form or not? Yes or no? Quickly respond. Speak or type. It is, right? It is in the general form. So first step is done. Now, because it is already in the general form, let us see what the coefficients are. And I've already told you, A is 1, B is 2 root 3, and C is 3. It's very clear. Now we can solve. Now to solve, we can write x equals to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now, what we did till now is we kept the formula like this, and then we substituted the values, and we found out the solution. Another way we can do the same thing is to break it down. So because this formula looks so complicated, it is not, but it looks complicated. What we can do is first find the value of this part, b square minus 4ac. Now when we put the values here, so 2 root 3 square minus 4 into 1 into c. 2 root 3 whole square means 2 square and root 3 ka bhi square. 2 square is 4. Root 3 square is 3. 4 into 3, 12. 2 root 3 into 2 root 3. 2 into 2. Root 3 into root 3. 4 into 3 equals to 12. Class 9, surds. Minus 4 into 1 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. So this is 0. No rocket science, simple arithmetic. No tricks. Now once we found out the value of this part of the formula, we can now write x equals to minus 2 root 3. b is 2 root 3 plus or minus square root of 0 by 2 into 1. Now, square root of 0, we know that 0 into 0 equals to 0. That means square root of 0 will be square root of this, will be 0. So our answer is minus 2 root 3 by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So the answer is minus root 3. This is the answer. We are not getting two answers here. We are getting only one answer because this part of the equation, this part of the formula became 0. Actually, what has happened is there are two roots. The two roots are minus root 3. What we should actually technically write is x equals to minus root 3 and minus root 3. There are two solutions, but they are same. कर सकते हैं ना, ऐसे बोलने में कोई नुकसान तो नहीं है. Minus root 3 minus root 3. With that revision, which reminded us of how the formula method works for solving quadratic equations, let us now move to the last theory part of the chapter, where we will focus on the roots of the equation. Remember, we said we will do three things. We will look at the nature of the roots. Nature of the roots means what are the characteristics of the roots? What features it has? Then we will see how roots are related to the coefficient. Then we will see how we can create the equation from the given roots. Three very simple things. No new logic that we are going to study today, but we will use the information that we already know to interpret what is happening. And for us to be able to do that, we should be able to answer these three questions correctly. Tell me first, what is the value of square root of 4? You can speak, you can type.
2.
2 is one value. And if you know only 2, then Another value is -2. As someone texted in the chat, another value is -2. 2 into 2 is 4. -2 into -2 is also 4. So the two answers for square root of 4 are 2 and -2. Class 7, square root. Next, something we saw just now. What is the square root of 0? It's only 0. There is nothing called as +0 or -0. And both are same. So square root of 4 or a square root of a positive number, we have two values. Square root of 0 is only one value. It is 0. Now what is square root of -4? Square root of here. I've changed the question better. What is square root of -4?
-2, sir.
No, it cannot be, because we don't have two numbers which when we multiply, we get a negative number. Do we have? If we multiply 2 and 2, we get 4. If we multiply -2 and -2, we get 4. Can we multiply the same number with itself and we get a negative number? It is impossible. If the number that we are taking is positive, then the other number will also be positive. So the product will be positive. If the number that we are taking is negative, the other number will also be negative. So the product will again be positive. So there is no such number which when multiplied by itself will give us a negative answer. So square root of negative number, we studied in class 9. They are not real. They are also called as imaginary. You will study about these numbers later if you take up maths in college. For school, for this chapter, for this year, we need to know that square root of positive number has two possible answers. Square root of 0 has only one answer, which is 0. And square root of a negative number, we don't know what the answer is. We will study later, but it is not a real number. It is an imaginary number. And to again remind you what real numbers are, all natural numbers, whole numbers, rational numbers, so that includes fractions, decimals, integers, surds, all are real numbers. This is also a surd, but this is a surd of a negative number, which is not real. It is an imaginary number, which we will study later. So positive number, square root has two values. 0, square root has only one value, which is 0. A negative number, square root has, we don't know. The answer will be a not real number, non-real, imaginary number. Remember the word discriminant I have used before, but we have not studied before. That word discriminant refers to this value under the square root, which is b square minus 4ac. This value is called the discriminant. And it is represented by the symbol delta. We will not call it triangle. Yes, it is a triangle, but triangle in geometry. When we use this symbol in English, we will call it delta. It's a Greek alphabet. जैसे alpha है, beta है, वैसे ही delta. B square minus 4ac. Now, if you think, we have some equation, x square, ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. To find the solution, we will say x equals to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now this b square minus 4ac is called the discriminant. Very soon you will understand why it is called a discriminant. Now b square minus 4ac, when we put the values of b, a and c here, there are three possibilities for the value of b square minus 4ac, any number. There are three possibilities. Either it will be positive, or it will be 0, or it will be negative. Either it will be on the point 0 on the number line, or it will be on the right hand side of the 0, or it will be on the left hand side of the 0. There is no other possibility. All numbers exist on the number line, all but the imaginary numbers. There is no other access for numbers. Now, if this value is positive, square root of a positive number, that means it will have two values. If this part has two values, then the whole numerator has two values. If the numerator has two values, the fraction has two values. So there will be two roots, root 1 and root 2. And remember, what was the square root of 4? Square root of 4 was 2 and minus 2. Both were real numbers. So if this discriminant is positive, that is greater than 0, then the equation b square is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, the quadratic equation, will have two distinct real roots. If, on the other hand, the value of the discriminant is 0, we know square root of 0 is 0. So this entire value is 0. That means now the entire fraction will have only one value. Or we just said that it has two values, but they are same. They are same. And it will be real. A fraction will be real. So real and root 1 equals to root 2. That means when the discriminant is 0, the equation has real roots, but they are equal. They are not distinct. They are not different. They are equal. Finally, if the value of discriminant b square minus 4ac becomes negative, we just said square root of negative number, they are not real. So the roots are not real. This is the value of, this is the meaning of discriminant. You must have heard a word in English and political science which is called discriminate. Discriminate, when we read in news, when we read in the context of political science, we understand discriminate in a bad way. We say bhed bhav karna, discriminate. Discriminate in simple, in a very fundamental way, means to differentiate, alag alag treat karna, to discriminate. So if we give a small chair to the student, a child, and if we give a bigger chair for the parent to sit, that is also discriminate. Is it bad? No. So discriminate can also have a very fair, correct, honest meaning. It is not always bad. Discriminate means to differentiate, and see what the discriminant is doing here. Discriminant tells us what kind of roots we will have and how many roots we will have. It discriminates. That is why this part of the equation, this value b square minus 4ac is called a discriminant. It differentiates one equation from another. If it is positive, the equation will have two real distinct roots. If the discriminant is 0, the equation will have real but same roots. If the discriminant is negative, the equation will have roots which are not real. I'm going to write the value of discriminant. You tell me what kind of roots we will have. I'm just using the questions in the textbook. Suppose the value of the discriminant is minus 30. Tell me what kind of roots will this equation have? Will this quadratic equation have? Minus 30. Quickly speak or type. Chan, we will not say unreal. Do we say unreal? We will say not real. Not real. Yeah, the roots will be not real. Very good. What will happen if the discriminant is equal to 50? Chand, answer is incomplete. Yes, the roots will be real, but something else? Nature and number, but not equal. Correct. So distinct, right? Real and distinct. What will happen now if the discriminant is 0? Very good. Real and equal. Now let us see if you know your decimal numbers and fractions right. What will happen if the discriminant is 3/2? What will happen? Three by 2. Very good, Chan. This is also a positive number. So, real and distinct roots. Another question. What will happen if the discriminant comes out to be minus 3.75? Minus 3.75. Good. All of you are giving the correct answer. The roots now will be not real. They will not be real. Very good. Suppose the quadratic equation that we are working with is x squared plus 2x minus 9 equals to 0. We have to find out what kind of roots it will have. So of course, we have to find the value of discriminant. We can use this delta discriminant. And discriminant is given as b squared minus 4a into c. So to solve this kind of question, we first need to ensure that our equation is in the general form. Then we need to know our a, b, and c. Look at the equation and tell me, is it in the general form or not? First question. It is in the general form. Thank you for the quick confirmation. It is in the general form. Now, because it is in the general form, what is the value of a?
1.
Correct. What is the value of b?
Minus 2.
That is wrong.
2.
Is correct. What is the value of c?
Minus 9.
It is correct. So we have found the a, b, and c for this equation. Now when we put these values in the formula for discriminant, I will put the values, you will calculate and tell me. 1 square. No. I wrote it wrong. B is 2. 2 square minus 4. A is 1 into C is minus 9. Tell me the next step. 2 square is how much?
4.
Very good. Now what should I write next? minus 4 into 1 into minus 9. What should I write?
Plus 36.
Chand is saying minus 36 is wrong. It will be plus 36. Minus 4 into 1 into minus 9. Two negatives multiplied positive. So we get 40. So we get 40. Now 40, is it positive, negative, or 0? Is it positive or negative or 0? Is it greater than 0? Is it equal to 0 or is it less than 0? It is positive. Now, if it is positive, what can we tell about the roots? 40 is greater than 0. That means our discriminant is greater than 0. What can we say? Real and distinct. Fantastic. Real and distinct. Now, if we have to find the roots, we will continue with the solution. Minus b plus or minus square root of delta by 2a, and we will find the two solutions for this if required. In this question, it is not required. Now that we know that the discriminant is that value b square minus 4ac, which tells us the nature of roots, and not just nature of roots, it also tells us the distinctness, or in other words, the number of roots. Let us see how roots are related to the coefficients of the quadratic equation. Remember, we say we denote the two roots as alpha and beta. And if our quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, then a, b, and c are the coefficients. Alpha and beta are the roots. This is nomenclature. ऐसा हम उनको नाम देते हैं. So that all across the world, people will be able to understand each other when there is any discussion about quadratic equation. The roots are related to each other and they are related to the coefficient by these two formulas. Alpha plus beta, that means sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. Alpha into beta, alpha multiplied by beta, that is product. Product of the roots will be equal to c by a. You need to know these things. Sometimes it will say sum of the roots is minus b by a. Sometimes it will say alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a. So we need to know that when we add, we call it sum. When we multiply, we call it product. Sum of the roots is minus b by a and product of the roots is c by a. Now some of you will ask me, how did we get this? Actually, it is not difficult. The logic, the algebra is given in the textbook. I'm not going to write down the entire algebra on the screen, but I'll tell you how it is done. We defined x equals to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. Then we said alpha equals to minus b plus b square minus 4ac by 2a, and beta equals to minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now to find alpha plus beta, all we have to do is add this fraction with this fraction. And to find alpha multiplied by beta, we multiply this fraction with this fraction. That is all, nothing else. So it is just fraction arithmetic, which helps us to find out that alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a and alpha multiplied by beta is equal to c by a. Look at the textbook on page number 46. look at the working that has been done at the top of the page. That's all is there. If the quadratic equation is 10x squared plus 10x plus 1 equals to 0, and we will have to find what is alpha plus beta, that is sum of the roots, and what is alpha into beta, which is product of the roots. But before we do that, remember, we must ensure the equation is in the general form. Look at the equation and tell me if it is in the general form or not. The general form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. It is in the general form. It is in the general form. Yes, correct. Now, because it is in the general form, can you now tell me what is the value of A, what is the value of B, and what is the value of C?
A is 10, B is 10, C is 1.
Okay. So, A equals to 10, B equals to 10, and C equals to 1. Thank you for helping us. Now, the formula says sum of the roots alpha plus beta is minus B by A. What will be minus B? B is 10. Minus B will be minus 10. A is 10. This is already a correct answer. But we know 10 can be divided by 10, which will be 1. So the perfect answer is minus 1. Similarly, if we have to find the product of the roots, the formula is C by A. C here is 1. A here is 10. So C by A is 1 by 10. Sum of the roots is alpha plus beta, which is minus 1. Product of the roots, which is alpha multiplied by beta, is 1 by 10. Suppose the equation is 2x squared plus 6x minus 5 equals to 0. Quickly, find out the values of alpha plus beta, that is sum of the roots, and alpha multiplied by beta. Write the complete solutions in your notebook. Take a picture, send it to me on WhatsApp. It should not take more than 3 minutes. First thing, is it in the general form? Yes, it is already in the general form. RHS is 0. We have a term with x squared, we have a term with x, and we have a term without the x. So our A is 2, our B is 6, and our C is minus 5. So the sum of the roots will be minus B by A, which is equal to minus by 2. And when we simplify this, this will come to minus 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Minus 6 divided by 2 is minus 3. Alpha into beta will be C by A. Now C is minus 5. This is 2. Got the answer. Alpha plus beta and alpha multiplied by beta. Sum and product. So by now, today we have understood how do we know about the nature of the roots using the discriminant, and we have figured out how do we calculate the sum of the roots and the product of the roots from the given equation. And just a minute ago I said, what will we do with sum of the roots and product of the roots? And the answer is on your screen now. Using the sum of the roots and using the product of the roots, we can actually create the equation for which those roots are the roots. Those numbers are the roots. What does it mean? It means, till now we have been saying that if the equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, we can find alpha and beta using the formula minus b plus or minus. Now I will write it in the short form. So discriminant by 2a. What we are saying now is, if we know the roots of the equation, if we know the solutions of the equation, then the equation will be x square minus of alpha plus beta multiplied by x plus alpha into beta equals to 0. Very simple example to understand this. Suppose alpha equals to 3 and beta equals to 2. Suppose. And we have to find out what is the equation for which these are the solutions. So what are we going to do? We will find alpha plus beta. Quickly tell me, what will be alpha plus beta in this case? Alpha equals to 3 and beta equals to 2. How much will be alpha plus beta?
3 plus 2.
And which comes to?
5.
Thank you. What will be alpha into beta?
3 into 2. 6.
Yes, correct. Now, once we have found alpha plus beta and alpha multiplied by beta, we can create the equation as x square minus. Now we have to write alpha plus beta here. Alpha plus beta is 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Can I make another equation? Yes, I can also write y square minus 5y plus 6 equals to 0. There is no rule about the variable. We have two roots, alpha and beta. And using that, we can make the equation using whichever variable we want to use. And you can see, if you factorize this, if you factorize these equations and try to find the solutions, you will get 2 and 3. Try, check, and confirm. Factorize x square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0 and tell me what answers you are getting. So if you use the factorization method to find the solution, we have to find two factors of 6. When we add them, the sum has to be minus 5. 6 equals to 2 into 3. If we take minus 2 and minus 3, sum will be minus 5. So we can write x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 equals to 0. X is common, x minus 2, minus 3 is common, x minus 2 equals to 0. X minus 2 is common. X minus 3 is what is remaining, equals to 0. Now, if x minus 2 is 0, x equals to 2. If x minus 3 is 0, x equals to 3. यहीं से तो हमने शुरू किया था. We said that the roots are 2 and 3, and then we found this equation. So our equation is correct. If the roots of a equation, quadratic equation, we don't know the equation, are alpha and beta, then we can find that equation. We can form that equation with this formula: x square minus of alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta, sum of the roots and product of the roots. Now, once again, how did we get this? If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation, that means ऐसा कहीं आया होगा, x into alpha, x minus alpha and x minus beta equals to 0. तभी तो हम कहेंगे when x minus alpha equals to 0, x equals to alpha. When if x minus beta equals to 0, x equals to beta. ये हुआ होगा, तभी ऐसा हुआ. Now when we multiply the LHS, multiply the two factors of the LHS, x minus alpha into x minus beta, we get x into x minus beta minus alpha into x minus beta equals to 0. And when you simplify this, we get this: x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta equals to 0. And this working is given on page number 48, top of the page. The equation is, the quadratic equation is x square plus 7x minus 1 equals to 0. Find the value of the discriminant for this equation. Always remember, general form. We are finding delta. So we need to know A, B, C. I'm not writing the formula for you now. Use the formula, find the value, share it in the chat. Pay attention to the screen. First question is, to solve to find the discriminant for this equation, we have 3 or 4 steps. First, we need to check whether it is in the general form or not. Yes, it is. Because there is a x square term, there is a x term, and there is a non-x term, and the RHS is 0. It is in the general form. Now, because it is in the general form, we can find out our A, B, and C. Very simply, our A is 1, our B is 7, and our C is minus 1. Now, once we know this, we can find out discriminant by the formula b square minus 4ac. So b square will be 7 square minus 4, a is 1, and c is minus 1. 7 square is 49. Minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by minus 1 is plus 4, which is 53. This is what Chand, Prachi, Khadija, Karthik said. Delta discriminant is equal to 53. Before we move to the next question, if I ask you, what will be the nature of roots of this equation? What will be your answer? The discriminant is 53. So what kind of roots will this equation have? Very good, Chand, real and distinct, correct. Chanda, just saying real, enough. Anushka, correct, real and distinct. Real and distinct, because 53 is greater than 0. This is a positive number. Very good. Next question. The equation now is x square minus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. And what we have to do is, we have to determine the nature of the roots. We have to find out what kind of roots will this equation have. Just to help you, first step is ensure that the equation is in general form. Then find out A, B, C. Then find out the value of discriminant. Then study the value of the discriminant to comment on the nature of the roots. Solve and tell. Is the equation in the general form? Yes, it is, because we have a x square term, we have a x term, and we have a non-x term. Also, RHS is 0. It is in the general form. Because it is in the general form, we can say A is 1, B is minus 4, and C is 4. We know our A, B, and C. Now we can calculate our discriminant by the formula b square minus 4ac. Now b square becomes minus 4 square. Always when you are writing the square of a negative number, put brackets. Good practice. Minus 4, a is 1 and c is 4. Minus 4 square, minus 4 into minus 4 is 16. Minus 4 into plus 4 is minus 16, which is 0. Now we see our discriminant is 0. Therefore, our roots will be real and equal. Most of you got this right. Real and equal. Suppose the equation is 2x square minus 4x minus 3 equals to 0. All you have to do now is find alpha plus beta and alpha multiplied by beta. Always remember, we need the equation in general form. We need A, B, and C. Then we need the formula. Solve and share. First thing, is this a quadratic equation in general form? Yes, it is, because on the left hand side, we have a x square term, we have a x term, and we have a non-x term. Finally, on the right hand side, it is 0. So yes, it is in the general form. Because we have confirmed that it is in the general form, we can say A equals to 2, B equals to -4, C equals to -3. Check your answers. Then alpha plus beta, we can find out by the formula minus B by A. The formula is minus B by A. So minus of -4 by 2, which is 4 by 2, which is 2. 4 by 2 is 4 divided by 2, so 2. Alpha into beta will be C by. Now C is -3, A is 2, -3 by 2. That is simple. 2 and -3 by 2. Alpha plus beta is 2. Alpha multiplied by beta is 3 by 2. Last time we will practice. Suppose the roots of a quadratic equation are 0 and 4. What will be the equation? Form the equation. Remember, to form the equation, we need alpha plus beta and alpha multiplied by beta. Form the equation, share. Screen. We have here alpha 2 roots, 0 and 4. So alpha plus beta, doesn't matter which is alpha, which is beta. 0 plus 4 or 4 plus 0 is 4. Alpha into beta, doesn't matter which is alpha, which is beta. 0 into 4 or 4 into 0 is 0. So our equation, if we are writing it in x, will be x square minus alpha plus beta plus alpha beta equals to 0, which comes to x square minus 4x plus 0 equals to 0. This is in the general form. And if we simplify it, our answer will be x square minus 4x equals to 0. Both are correct answers. And you can also write it with y or m or n. Try complete. You will try go through and complete all the examples which are between practice set 2.4 and 2.5. And also you will try all the questions which are there in practice set 2.5. In the next class, we will look at the questions that you are finding it difficult to solve or you are not able to understand. So if you do your homework, you will have a list of the questions that you are not able to understand, and then you can ask. That is it for today.